everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and welcome to a little bit of a Royal Mint unboxing. Now, I have had a little bit of bad luck, I think is probably the easiest way to put it, over the last couple of months with Royal Mint coins. They have been less than good in terms of quality. And I wanted to do a bit of a live unboxing here to kind of show the coin as it comes out, because honestly, I have had so many bad unboxings that some conspiracy theorists might say that, you know, it's not real. But honestly, I have. So I'm going to hopefully have some good coins here rather than bad ones. Maybe we can buck that trend and have some good coins come in for once, which would be nice, but we'll have to see. So this is also a little bit of a tips and hints video, because I have heard a few people talking about whether or not the Royal Mint will basically send customer returns back out to people. So a lot of the coins that I've sent back over the last couple of months have indeed been quite bad, and I just worry and concerned with that they might be returns going out to other people in awful condition. Now that's quite the kind of statement to levy at the Royal Mint, and I honestly hope and believe that that's not the case. But one of the really interesting coins that I saw come up for sale on the Royal Mint's website earlier last week was this Greyhound. Now this is not a new coin, this has been out for a while. And I thought, well, you know, mint issue price up on the website. Yeah, okay, I like the big 1 ounce gold griffin that I've got. I think this is something that I like. I'm a big fan of the Greyhound. I have 2 Greyhounds myself, so I thought, yeah, okay, that's going to fit within my long-term stacking budget. But then there was this immediate thing in my mind of, well, is it a customer return that's come back somehow, or if they just found one on a shelf? I don't know. So we're going to have a quick look. Now, one of the biggest telltale signs that it is a customer return is how it's coming out of the box and how it's presented. This one's got a little bit of damage there. You'll notice when I unboxed it here that there was no sort of outer cardboard box like this, which is interesting. I think that's sort of slightly telling that there is perhaps something that it's maybe one that has been returned. Hopefully it's in good condition. Another thing that I always look for when I'm checking if it's a customer return is the stiffness of the cardboard. You'll find that when you've got these boxes in for the first time and you open them, the cardboard joins are quite stiff, and if they have been used, this one seems quite stiff actually, so perhaps it hasn't been opened, and it hasn't certainly been cracked back that way. Once it's been kind of opened and the fold has been worked a few times, it doesn't stay as well. So if I now clip this back in here and I just unclip it like that, you can see it opens a lot further naturally just from the usage on the cardboard. So that was a good sign that this hasn't been opened particularly often. Maybe that's a bad sign that it hasn't been opened, because perhaps it hasn't been checked by the quality control people. But I don't know, again, we're going to not pass judgment until we see the condition of the coin. So then we have the inner cardboard box here, and this is another good sign to see if it has been checked, the presentation of it within the outer cardboard box here. I can speak from experience when I say that there are plenty of issues of me getting this little foam or cloth kind of insert back perfectly. Whenever I have taken a coin out like this, I can never get it right. So that's another good sign that this is something that's good quality in its presentation there. Maybe slight issue in terms of presentation, but maybe I'm picking a little bit too close there at this. So now we come out of here. You see, this is the problem. You know, I'm being a bit picky, but it's about customer experience, and that's not the nicest customer experience. But, you know, it's out. Hopefully the coin is fine. So here's the gloss box. Now for the moment of truth. So foam insert tells me immediately that this has been looked at since its original release. This is an older coin, and these weren't happening at the time this coin was released. So this says to me that this has been looked at one point or another. Coin upside down, it's kind of what I've come to expect, really. I did a really interesting test the other day, actually. I took some coins and I packaged them back up in the boxes exactly as they came, as best as I could, exactly as they came. And I put them through a bit of a stress test. I shook them around, and the coins did not jump in their housing. So getting the coin in its correct position is not difficult. They stay in really well. This is a tight fit in this sort of wooden thing here. And that customer experience is invaluable. If you want a repeat business, if you want customers to go, yeah, that has been an exceptional thing for me to unbox and look at, then that adds to it. You wouldn't expect your Rolex or your Cartier watch to be, you know, loose or upside down in the package when you get it. So another bit of feedback for the Royal Mint there. So is the coin any good? That's the big question. So one thing that I will always say is never open the capsule to check these proof coins unless you're a trained numismatist in a proper environment without, you know, you're not going to be able to do it without damaging it, essentially. You're not going to get any extra dust particles on it. So never do it out of the capsule. Always try your best to look inside the capsule. What you can do is potentially twist the capsule to see if there are any marks that you might be confused with as to whether they are on the coin or not. But I have to say, look, this is actually looking quite good. Now, I am obviously looking at this through kind of the viewfinder on my camera, so I might not be able to see everything that you might be able to see on the big, beautiful 4K screen that you're potentially watching on, but I'm not seeing any big breaks in frosting. I'm not seeing any humongous scratches. There's a little mark here on the capsule you can see floating on top of the Greyhound. That's nothing to worry about. There's perhaps a little dust particle here on the coin, which again, it could be the capsule. It looks like it's on the coin, but it's a dust particle, I think, not rather than a scratch. No frosting breaks, which is a good thing. I have to say the frosting breaks are a new phenomenon that I've seen come up over the last couple of months. So now the other side, is there anything else for us to be concerned about? And I have to say, there does not look like there is. Now, once I've done a visual inspection like this to the naked eye, one of the best things I can do is actually go and review the footage that I've just taken. That's in such high detail, it's really easy to go and spot any mistakes. But I will go and get my little loop. It's a 7x loop, and I'll have a look at any areas like this, potentially this dust spot here, just to see if it is. But even if that is the microest of micro dot scratches, you can always expect one to be, you know, if you're going to look in high definition, high magnification, you're always going to find very, very small mistakes. I think that's actually quite good, all things told. Very happy with that. Good job, Royal Mint. Well done. You have a coin that is well made. Now, interestingly, that is a slightly older coin, and perhaps it's the newer coins with these huge volume of new releases coming out that are suffering from quality. I don't know. Maybe that's something to do with it. But that is a good coin, and unless I go and review the footage or look at it with a loop and see something, I'm very happy with that. So we have another coin, though, to unbox. Let's see if we can get 2 out of 2. So we have now here, oh, it's another 1 ounce gold proof. I did wonder if it was going to be 2 1 ounce gold proofs because they both came with DHL. So it's a good job we started with that one because this should be completely brand new. This should be something that is ready to go for our customer. So again, with my little check here, yep, that looks quite stiff in terms of the cardboard flexibility. Certainly when you crack it back over the other side, that's fine. That's not a customer return. I wouldn't expect it to be either at this early stage because they only came out a couple of weeks ago. And then up we come again with the presentation. Looking good. This one doesn't have the humongous cloth trapped in it. Now that's a slight issue, but it's not something that, it's not, the capsule's not open by the looks of it, but it is still an issue. There was no foam insert, I noticed, in that one. So I don't know whether that's a choice that the Royal Mint are making, that they've, I don't know, changed the capsules and they think they don't need them anymore. But that's an issue for me. It has to be fully sat in the housing. When it's fully in, let me tell you, that is in. That is not coming out on its own accord particularly easily. So I don't know why they haven't done that. But anyway, here is the coin itself, the Lion of England. Now, this is one of the newer coins, so perhaps the frosting break issues will be a problem. I've had lots of issues on these actually for the silvers. Although I do have, I had actually them all back and they're all great, and I'll be showing those in due course. But here we have now the Lion of England in gold. I love this coin. I think it is really, really good. And I'm not immediately seeing to the naked eye any frosting breaks on the coin. So on the silvers, there were some on the arm, on the leg, and on the shield, some of the raised areas of the shield. I'm not seeing anything on there. One of the good tips as well is if you are looking at things in, you know, just at home, try and do it in natural light. If you have it in kind of neon light or other light sources, it can sometimes distort some of the things that you're looking at through the capsule. But I find natural light against a window or something like this, so you can get a contrast of the light play like this, perhaps have a black background behind you or something so you can see any contrast. You'll be able to see those frosting breaks or dings and dents a lot easier, but I'm not seeing anything on there at all. That looks really nice, really perfect to my eyes. Now the other side, let's see if we've managed to get 4 sides out of 4 sides perfect. So again, we're looking for breaks in the frosting on the Queen or any of the lettering. I'm not seeing any. Perhaps a little bit of dust there on the coin. Not really too concerned about dust spots. Those are not something to concern yourself with. And that's looking pretty good. There's a few people have commented about some of the marks that they're seeing on like the Queen's face. I believe that's part of like the design of the coin for the Queen. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's not. I think that's just the way the coin is made, rather than them being scratches and dings and, you know, rubbing, for example, on a conveyor belt when being produced. That's not something I'm concerned about. Otherwise, looking pretty perfect, I have to say. Yeah, that's definitely a dust spot I'm feeling, and not necessarily a ding, but maybe it is a ding. I don't know. I'll have to have a look at that under a loop. So that's what I'll do, and I'll let you know. In fact, let me do that now. I'll pause the video and then we'll have a quick look at the loop and I'll let you know whether it is or it isn't. So having had a quick look through the loop, I am pretty sure it's actually a very small ding on the coin rather than a dust spot. So what I'm going to do, the plan here, is to send it back to the Royal Mint and just say, so the thing a lot of people don't understand is that sometimes when, even if there is a small issue like this on a coin, that actually it's acceptable from the Royal Mint within their bounds of their quality control. A PF70 is not what they aim for. A PF68 and above is what they aim for. And if that one spot is deemed acceptable, then that's fine by me. I'll just end up having to have that. So I'm going to return it and we'll see what comes back. If it's a better coin, great. If it has to be the same coin, then that's okay too. It's not the end of the world. But of course, we want as good as we can possibly get. So you can only but ask the question, and that's what I'm going to do. And I think that's what I think a lot of people would expect from coins. Generally speaking, though, very positive unboxing here. I'm very happy with the coins that I've got. The Greyhound is absolutely stunning, and I'm really happy for that. And the Lion, we'll just see if it can be improved ever so slightly. But otherwise, a really good move forward from the Royal Mint. So thank you one and all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up if you did. And otherwise, we'll see you on the next one. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.